What up, though, and welcome to another episode of Nemt Coach's Corner. We're going to talk about in today's video how to start your Nemt business in the state of Washington. Found out some interesting things about the state of Washington and how you go about being a transportation provider. It's quite interesting, and I think my audience needs to know about it. So let's get into it in this video. How to start your Nemt business in the state of Washington. So now you want to get started into the Nemt non-emergency medical transportation business, and you don't know what the first thing that you should be doing. So we're going to go over all the steps that you need to go through in order to become a provider in the state of Washington. First and foremost, first thing that I always tell each and every one of you is you have to do your market research, because your market is different than the next market, maybe in Idaho or Arizona, Nevada, California, Utah, Oregon, etc., etc. So the best thing for you to do is take upon yourself to just scroll on Google. Google gonna be your best friend when it comes to doing some research. So get on Google and figure out what are the maybe you want to know what are your startup costs. Startup costs can consist of application fee, vehicle purchase, insurance, everyday, we'll say housing expenses, but expenses. You want to have something for rainy days, just in case vehicles break down and things like that. You also want to know type of clients that you want to service. So because there's different type of clients that you can do transportation for. So to give you an example, dialysis, pharmacy, airport trips, student transportation. We go over all these, in all the videos. So you can just basically give any type of transportation for anybody. If you can think about it, private transportation, guess what? You can do it. So do your market research on that. You want to know what your community needs. So if you're since we're in Washington, we're talking about Washington, when we're talking about Seattle, Washington, what would be the community need? Is it more wheelchair based? Or is it ambulatory? Wheelchair based meaning you have a minivan with a wheelchair accessible vehicle to allow you to take people on their trips. So that would be one of the things that you can do. Also, how much does it cost? There's variation in the cost. Minivans can cost from anywhere from $7,500 to, let's say, $10,000, $12,000. You want to make sure that you are, taking the time to figure out what your need in your particular state. So first thing first, which is your market research. Do anything possible to get all the information pertaining to how you can grow and get started in this particular business in the state of Washington. So market research is really important. I don't want to overdwell on that particular point, but it's really important for you to focus on, you're doing your market research in your particular area, because all areas, don't require or have the same need. There could be some places where you need more things than others. Another thing you need to think about is your licensing, certifications that you may need. This is all a part about your market research. So when it's time to take on those particular steps, you already knocked it out because you know what it was required. We're going to go over those particular steps in this video. I just want you to know these are things that you should be thinking about when you're doing research about your particular market that you want to do business in. Market research is number one. Number one thing that you need to be focused on. Don't talk about nothing else. Next thing you want to do is you want to move on to step number 2. Now you want to start formatting your business. So what you want to do is head over to irs.gov. I'll put it somewhere on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. When I talk about IRS, you want to get your employer identification number, EIN number for short. This particular application takes about, I would say, less than 10 minutes. You can get this done in 10 minutes. If you know you want an LLC, you're just starting a new business, you got your business name. Those are basically the basic, questions that they're going to ask you. Besides, okay, what type of industry you're going into, you're going to pick transportation, and then other. But we'll go over that in another video. I just want to give you an understanding that that's what you're going to be, type of information that you're going to be looking forward to. So employer identification number. you're going to head over to www.irs.gov. That's step number 2. See how easy that was? Step number 2 is go and get your employee identification number. Number 3, next step will be setting up your business entity. So what I mean by business entity, you want to figure out, okay, well, am I going to set up a LLC, whether it's an S Corp, C Corp, single entity? Are you going to set up a corporation, partnership? I believe those are like the main ones that you can really set up as far as when it comes to NEMT transportation. Those are your main components that you can pull from. So LLC, S Corp, C Corp, single entity, or partnership. And those are the ones you can choose from. And you can head over to www.sos. You'll see it on the screen somewhere. I'm going to put it up here so you can see exactly where you need to go to, so you know exactly what you need to, fill out when it's time to fill out this application. www.sos.wa.gov. I believe the application is about $180, so you're not too much, in. That's what we talk about when I was talking about in the beginning, market research. This helps you with the market research because you'll know exactly what you're going to be paying when it comes to these certifications, setting up your business and all of that. So $180 for that particular application. I believe that's exactly what it is. Next thing you want to do is determine the type of clients that you want. So if you have seen these different transportation companies out here in Washington, and you see that they service maybe dialysis clinics, maybe you want to focus on maybe just dealing with we'll say student transportation or airport and shuttle, or we'll say discharge. Choosing the type of client you want to work with will determine, whether you want to work with a broker or you want to go private pay. There's different ways that you can go about, setting up your business and the type of clients that you want to deal with. Now, if you want to deal with Medicaid, if you're dealing with Medicaid, you're going to have to work with brokers. And when we get to that step, you got to let you know what brokers you can sign up with or partner with, and in order for you to get your clients and get on the road. So determining the type of clients, whether it's ambulatory. Ambulatory is basically a 4-door sedan, any 4-door sedan, and then a wheelchair accessible vehicle, which is self-explanatory. You have a minivan or a cargo van that has a wheelchair ramp built inside of the vehicle. And this allows you to, or your clients, to have easy access to the vehicle. So determine what type of clients you want to work with, and then that determine if you want to be working with ambulatory or wheelchair accessible vehicles. Next, you want to head over to, you want to get your, in the state of Washington, you have to get your NPI number, National Provider Identifier Number. I talk about this all the time, National Provider Identifier Number, NPI for short. You can head over to cms.gov and get your NPI number. It is free. It takes about maybe, again, we going on a 10-minute time frame. It takes you less than 10 minutes to fill out this application. This particular application or NPI number is free. It usually takes about maybe, you can get it the same day, or it may take up to 3 to 5 days, depending on how fast they process the applications. She'll show you something somewhere on the screen that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, where to go, and basically what questions you need to fill out during this process. Pretty easy. I have a video on my YouTube. You might want to go check that video out. It's strictly for filling out the NPI application. It'll go somewhere on the screen, or just go to my channel and look up National Provider Identifier Number, and you'll have the video right there for you to explain to you how to get that done. Next, we're going to talk about PASS certification, Passenger Assistant Safety Sensitivity certification. This is where you get an understanding and a grasp of how to properly secure a passenger or client into the vehicle, how to do the offensive driving training, anything to do with your client and passenger. This is where your certification comes into play. And you can go to www.ctaa.org, and that particular certification, there's an online version which is $50, which would basically give you an entry level to passenger assistance, or you can get the extended version, which I recommend, with $750. But you get it goes a long way when you're dealing with brokers, Medicaid, medical facilities. Once they see you have that certification, you're more likely to get that particular contract with that particular medical facility or private company than the next, provider. Basically, because you took the time, effort, and put more resources into your business and to get certified. And so they want to deal with someone like you as opposed to somebody that's coming out the gate that doesn't have the certifications. So with that being said, I would tell you and suggest strongly that you go and you can get certified. You can just start off with the $50 certification online. You watch maybe 20 modules, ask questions, and you'll be certified. But if you want to be advanced certified, I would say go to the virtual in-class session and get certified, and you will understand exactly why you're paying that particular $750. It helps you in the long run. So head over to, like I said, ctaa.org. Somewhere right there. I don't know where my little edit's gonna come in there, but I'm gonna throw the edit in there so you can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as getting CTA certified. Next, CPR certification. You as an owner, or you as somebody hiring a driver, shouldn't have anybody on the road, and it's required in the state of Washington. Mandatory to have CPR certification, PASS certification, as well as, I'll go over that in the video, but make sure you're getting CPR certified. You can go to Red Cross Online. YMCA has classes as well, and whatever local fire department might also hold these particular classes for CPR certification. It's better for you as a owner and to send your drivers, to do the certification in person. And why I say that is you are able to practice on the, I don't like calling them dummies, but the dials or whatever you want to call it. And you'll be able to administer, the chest compressions, and you'll be able to do the what they call the Heimlich maneuver. You have to have 2 to 3 inches of body belt. Things are like that. It's really important. So I strongly suggest, since it's mandatory in your particular state, go ahead and get it done. This costs around $37 to like $120 for that particular corporate class. After that, we're going to talk about brokers. Now, if you want to work with Medicaid, there are certain things that you have to do if you want to work with Medicaid in the state of Washington, and that is to partner with brokers. Now, brokers get a bad rep, especially for me, because I would like, the relationship between, providers, transportation providers and brokers to be basically like a 50-50, relationship. It's not like that. It's like a 70-30. And with that being said, I would say, if you want to work with Medicaid, you have to get with a broker. And brokers are the ones that are going to allow you to get your clients when you're first starting off. So which helps you as a new transportation provider, because you won't have to go out to the medical facilities. Some people may not want to seem so salesy, what I'm talking about. But when it comes to, building relationships, you're going to want to do that regardless. So, but when you're starting off, building relationships with brokers I would say it's a good thing, because you'll get yourself in the door. You'll be learning these routes, learning about, transporting and patients. These are not your kids or, your everyday, your significant other that you're driving around. around in. You're gonna be driving people, you know what I'm saying, for a living. That's basically the easy way to sum it up. So working with the brokers in your area will help you out with building your business. Now, there's quite a few brokers. You know, it basically goes by reason for what I'm understanding and what I'm reading and, you know, researching when it comes to brokers in your particular state. So I'm going to read off the brokers that I know about that are in the state of Washington that you can partner with. One would be Specialty Mobility Services. Special Mobility Services. Next would be People for People. And that would be Paratransit Services. Then Community and Health, Community in Motion. Then Northwest Regional. And last but not least, Hope Link. So in totality, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 brokers in the state of Washington. And don't forget Modicare. That's a regional or national broker that handles a lot of clients, you know, throughout the 50 states. So those are the brokers that you can partner with. Now, again, if you want to, I guess, build these relationships as you're building your business, I would say work with a broker, because this will allow you to get into these medical facilities, talk to transportation coordinators, or whoever's in charge of transportation, and so they get to know you, know your business, type of vehicle you have. So just in case, you know, just in case something shall happen and they need, you know, trips, guess who they might end up calling? It would be you. So build those relationships while you're transporting for these particular facilities. Moving on. Now we're going to do, you'll be filling out your provider enrollment form application. I'm going to just throw it up on the screen so you can see basically what it looks like, and then you can just take it from there. But the provider enrollment application is basically letting the state of Washington know that you, as a NEMT provider owner, are starting to provide, you know, services in the state of Washington. And you're going to let them know that you have so-and-so vehicle, the hours of operation, and you know, who's the contact person and things of that nature. Anything that help you, you know, help them understand who you are and what your business consists of. And that's the provider enrollment application. But you're going to see this on the screen somewhere. I'm going to throw it in this video. Next, this is really important, because when it comes down to having expenses in your business, when it comes to this type of business, you are going to be dealing with one of your most expensive expenses is vehicle insurance. Now, the type of insurance, we're going to go over that in this video right now, but I'm going to give you what you need to have when it comes to having vehicle insurance for your non-emergency medical transportation business. First will be commercial general liability insurance. You have to have that. Next will be business automotive liability insurance. Never heard of it, but it's something that you guys have in the state of Washington. And you can find this out by just, you know, enlisting or hiring a insurance broker, you know, commercial car insurance broker. They can find you the best person that's suitable to get you the best rates. Next, you'll need professional liability errors and omission insurance. You have to have 1 million policy per claim, or 2 million general aggregation, I believe, insurance. But again, this is where your insurance broker comes in and they help you out. They better explain it to you. I'm just giving you the information so you can take back to them, so you can, you know, get your stuff set up. Next, we have separation of insured, which means cross liability and contain a separation of insured provisions. Whew. Like I said, you know, in the beginning of the video, when I said, you know, out of all the states I have, you know, done research on, by far, Washington, you have outdone everybody as far as requirements to get into the industry. this is by far, it succeeds a lot of the other states that I'm familiar with. You guys have a lot to fulfill. Next will be state industrial insurance. The subcontractor Title 51 RCW. They provide paratransit services with a copy of certificate of compliance. Basically, we need to know that you have insurance and you're up to date. So that's the vehicle insurance. Now we're going to talk about driver requirement. This is kind of crazy too, okay? Driver requirements. There's a list of driver requirements that you have to have in the state of Washington. So let's just go over it right now. Driver requirements, you have to have a pass certification. You have to have defensive driving course completed, 4-hour minimum. You need your CPR certification. You need employee substance abuse training. You need to have child safety restraint training. That's all part of the pass, the extended version. Blood and airborne pathogen training, which is good. Next is HIPAA compliance training annually. You need to be 21 years old with a valid license and have at least been driving for at least 5 years, consecutive years. You can only have one traffic violation within the last 3 years. You need to be fingerprinted. They also have me do a background check on you. And any of my comrades out there, what I mean by that is any of my ex-felons out there that's thinking about getting into this particular industry or the state of Washington, if you don't have your record expunged, it seems like it's a dub on that. You know what I'm talking about? There's no way that you can get into this particular industry out in Washington. So felony convictions, it automatically excludes you. Conviction of a class A, B, C, or misdemeanor within 10 years, or classification in the last 5 years. You can't have a DUI within the last 10 years, or your DWI within the last 10 years. So with that being said, if you don't have your record expunged and you're trying to get into this particular industry, you might not be able to do so. You might have to go around, certain things to make that happen. We'll just try to work on getting your record expunged. I have a video on my channel that shows you, different steps on how to expunge your criminal record. Check that out. Okay, also, you got to get a copy of your abstract driving record, ADR, from the Department of Licensing for all prospective drivers. So you have to get your abstract of driving record, ADR, so they can be able to run your information. Next, we get down to the nitty-gritty. I did vehicle requirements. So this is what needs to be in your vehicle if you are going to be transporting patients. So regulations of the American Disability Act is required. Then safety equipment. You have to have a first aid kit, a biohazard kit, fire extinguisher. You have to have reporting forms, roadside reflective devices, a flashlight, a step stool for vans and buses, seatbelt cutter, seatbelt extenders, and a spare tire and jack. Those are the safety equipment requirements in the state of Washington that you have to have in order to be compliant. Last but not least, subcontractor, we're going to talk about rate. So subcontractor determine rates and needs to be submitted to paratransit services. So what I've learned is you don't have basically a set rate. So like Michigan, it's like $18.50 for, a one-way trip, that they'll pay. In the state of Washington, you can submit, your payment, and it has to be, approved through paratransit services. But the good thing about that is, if you needed $40 for that particular trip, $40 is what you're gonna get if it's approved. You need $75 for a wheelchair accessible trip. If it's approved, you get $75 for that trip. So that's a good thing about, I guess, having that relationship with the state of Washington, that they do offer that, service for you guys. Last but not least, drug and alcohol program requirements. So drug and alcohol testing consortium. It needs to be stated in your policies and procedures that they are subject to random drug testing. You're going to need dispatching software. Me personally, I would recommend Bambi Health. Shout out to Narab and the family over there. Bambi Health. There's Route Genie, Trip Spark, and several others. I just named a few that you can check into. It starts off like $50 all the way up to like $300 a month, depending on your need. Don't need it when you first start off, but like I said, I know Bambi is $69 a month, and it's user friendly. That's all I can tell you. It's really user friendly. So this is why I'm giving you the information. Go check them out. Arab, tell them I sent you. Last, you're gonna need a website. Without anybody being able to look up you, what you do, type of services that you provide, everybody wants to get on the net. So you have to have your website. This is basically your home, where they can, come take a peek inside your home to see exactly, what you have. You have a living room sofa, you have a, sleeper bed, whatever. Get your website so they can see services you provide, how to book you, how much it costs, hours of operation, just the basics when you just starting off. And I believe, that concludes how to start your business in the state of Washington. Drop in the comments if there's something that I missed, but I did some extensive research, and what I come to find out is, it's very, I would say, it's very interesting how, state of Washington, put this together as far as your requirements. It's a lot. If you can see this, just look at that. Like that's just for safety requirement. And what was the other one? Driver requirements. So hopefully this video serves you some purpose. This has been another episode of NEMT Coach's Corner. How to start your business, NEMT business in the state of Washington. Hope this helped you. I'll see you on the next one. Leave you with this gem. Any other information I shared with you today serves you some purpose, don't do what you can do today. Right now. Right now. Meaning, don't do what you can do today, tomorrow. Meaning, don't procrastinate. This is what you want to do. 2025 is coming up. Get your business off the ground. I look forward to seeing you, hearing your success stories. Leave me a comment, let me know. If this helps you, share the video. Hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one. Peace, love, and light. Say